university is a place where you are sent to refine your mind.
Welcome once again to another beautiful segment on Noble TV Live. My name is Valentine Agogo, and with me on set today is Dr. Chidi Peters. Always nice having your set.
Thank you very much. Happy to meet you, Valentine.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. All right, so I always love being on set with Dr. Chidi because we usually hits a lot of nails on the head and very, very blunt with his points. And thankfully, we'll be talking about a very sensitive topic today. Cohabitation at various levels, starting from the high institutions where children who were actually sent to school to learn and acquire degrees end up moving with each other, paying for flats or accommodations, sharing bills to reduce cost, or in the process even spending more in the name of love. All right, so without the parents' knowledge. So it's been a normal thing, and they migrate from that as a foundation into cohabiting with someone they are not actually married to outside the school environment. So it makes it actually difficult for the goal, which is marriage, to actually take place at the end of the day. So what would you say about cohabitation generally?
My brother.
Taking from the context we started with, from the high institutions.
When you talk about cohabitation, you go to Abuja. That's where you see the height of cohabitation.
Really?
Some even end up giving birth up to 5 children. That's it cohabiting.
That's it cohabiting.
Anyway, maybe that has a result of accommodation problem,
Okay.
friendship problem, and love problem, and the pledge problem. That is promissory,
Yeah.
marriage promissory, not by my promise anymore.
Yeah.
Marriage promissory, and they give you a ring and become queen of the ring.
Yeah, because you
so-
become the queen of the ring,
So
exactly.
we've seen that. That's what sometimes they refer to Abuja. They say in Abuja, is it Abuja marriage or what? So, and of course, in Abuja is also where you find people. You go to one small church, and you do the thing there. By Lagos is where, when they want to marry, the parent of the bride have to leave village to come to Lagos, and they pay the bride price there. You don't need to go back to your village because of witches and wizard. But that is for the matured mind, anyway, for the matured people. But the one that boggles my mind more is the students who their parents, out of hard work, send their children to school only to go there and begin to cohabit, quote and unquote, because they want to reduce costs. And in the process of cohabiting, series and tens of abortion will happen before 400 level. And a lot of them go into being a drug addict because of the association that the guy must have belong, or the association they must have belong, or the people they interact with. And at a point again, they give excessive bill and excess bill to their parents or to their sponsors. That's a university where the bill school fees then was 211,000 or 300,000. You see a guy collecting 1.1 million from the parent. It's a private university anyway. The number of the school fees was high. And at a point, the man decided to go to the website and call the number. And suddenly, my number was called. So our tuition fees less than 300,000. So the guy, for the past 3 years, has been collecting 1.5 million for school fees.
Wow.
And sometimes they see university as a place to show off. But in the contrary, university is a place where you are sent to refine your mind, to tap knowledge, advanced knowledge from the people who presume that have seen it all, like the professors. But here you are, they just go there and see university as a social life. Our youth go to university, they don't graduate, because by the time they're supposed to get seed of, which is year 1, year 2, year 3, and even 400 level, that they're playing truancies, looking for love match or roommates or who to cohabit with. Thereby they don't do anything. There's also see that where you say, okay, that's her this thing, we get her degree. But without knowing that the HOD you are sleeping with today will be changed tomorrow.
Yeah. So how many HODs would you have to sleep with?
Now, of course, then the guy who is forming Buga because he's not house rep, cost rep, not knowing that the tomorrow that's a man can be changed from that cost. So it's always a problem. Cohabitation in university is something that the university have to work seriously on.
Is it the responsibility of the university?
It's part of the social responsibility. University sometimes see that they are mature people, say they can make that decision.
Yes,
But
actually, they are adults.
in the contrary, as far as I'm concerned, in the contrary, it's unlike before when you used to have people who are advanced to go to university. Now you have children of 16, 17, 18 going to university. And when they go there, they don't know the right or their left. You see people somehow harassing them or coercing them into joining one small club or one court to the other. So university at the point have to do continuous, constant orientation of these students. The orientation should go beyond the academic activities or curriculum of the school into the social life. The dean of student affairs, this is a responsibility.
Okay.
Yes. You have to engage these students to ensure that they do the right thing. That's sometimes why private university is preferred by some parents, because every hostel is in the school and you're bound to live into the hostel. So sometimes it's auto help, but at the same time, a lot of private universities that have said, okay, you can also live outside the campus, also have students who are cohabiting. So it's a serious problem that some universities, they have universities, but the community refuse the university from building hostel. It's also a problem. So they have to go and rent house outside.
Of indigents.
You have to, so some of them where you now pay school fees of say 180,000 and I rented a house of 250,000, they begin to look for who to cohabit with. To spend. The guy will say, don't worry, I'll treat like my sister, 4 years, you getting better, you're treating my sister like my brother. So you say, what's the problem? So it's a social problem that universities have to right to education. Some of the community that refuse university from building hostels to accommodate students, the government should come in and see how to handle that issue decisively, because they are making the parents, and of course they are subjecting the student to prostitution. Because when you come back home, your parents don't have money. The next thing is you meet in Kichi or you meet Chinyere or you meet Ejiro or you meet whoever, and she treat her business and say that your accommodation within 2 weeks you get it, and before you know it, it has become a way of life.
Very true. But also, another school of thought would say it's not just strictly the responsibility of just the government or the school, like you say, who should be more engaging with the kids that are coming to school. Don't you think that the parents visiting their children to know where they live and what they indulge in schools would also help? Like, for instance, you don't need to give your children notice that you're coming. You just surprise them and say, hey, I'm in town. Where are you? Oh, my child is trying to charge for a health skater. Okay, you meet the child. Okay, I gotta know where you live. And there's no way you can clean up the house accurately without a smart parent knowing that you are living here with a guy or you're living here with a girl and all that.
Well, that's a noble idea. That's a noble thought. That's an excellent thing to do. But the thing is that these our children are even more smarter than us. And of course, the era of communication is there. You understand? And of course, they are so cunning that they can connect within their roommate, their friend. My mom is coming, I beg. She just in the park now. But let me use your room and say it's my room.
My room. That's also true. That's also true. So they are like
you
a step ahead.
But I thought that this way, they say, Mom, don't mind my landlord. Landlord was chasing me last time. He tried to press my breast. I slapped him. So because of it, an impact to come and stay here. So you can't.
There's always this kind of control.
Of course. So they are so smart. They are so shrewd that you cannot catch the red-handed, except parents who are closer. Let's assume now your child is in Uniport or University of Lagos or University of Zaria. How can you control it? So I think you have to do with the upbringing from home, and the constant, beyond preaching of the Bible, constant implications of some moves. You understand? Beyond say God, say God, say God, say this we have social media. Say this speaking, they say go here, they kill them. So some of these events that have to do, just save it in your phone. So that be caution and say this will happen to this person. This will happen to this person. God forbid it will not happen to you. You say God forbid it will happen to me. Say Amen.
But that will register.
It has registered in the mind. That's the thing. That's the only way forward. Because when you begin to talk God is think God don't do for person. But this is our age.
Interestingly, there are a lot of youths out there who believe that they met their life partners from the university days, and as a result, some others would go way back to their high school days and secondary school, but most would say they met their life partners in the university days, and they understand that their life partners 100% because of the numbers of years they spent together. which actually started from cohabiting in school.
Valentine.
Someone have lectured us. Does that tend to be like a positive angle or an advantage of cohabiting? Like they would say, at least they spent time together, they knew themselves, they weren't cheating, they were very careful, and well, and all that. They were in fellowship together, and well, of course, they indulge in other activities, all right, because they're living together like husband and wife, and they're investing in each other. As a matter of fact, sometimes the guy would say, I hold the credit of my degree to her because she actually helped sponsor my education. The girl can also say the same thing, that he helped me sponsor my education to a particular extent and all that. So does that give room for a positive angle to students cohabiting and putting it on the name of love that would eventually lead to marriage?
There's no immediate present, past and future justification to justify the fact that you are committing with a man. They tell you that there's no marriage 100%, that is opposite. So someone has lectured on that.
Yeah.
That both parts are opposite. So if you are saying that you met him in school, that's none. That could be friendship. That, you know, it's my friend,
Yeah.
But cohabiting, that's no justification for that, whatever, guys. You go and look for a fellow guy and stay with.
Okay.
Those who have gotten married, how many times have you asked your girlfriend or your boyfriend, let me see your result, how are you reading? What they care about is the latest phone you buy, the time for reading, the exam is coming and you are doing WhatsApp, or you are doing Instagram, or you are doing TikTok. When the exam is around the corner, tomorrow you tell me later we'll go and sort the lecturer out. Yeah. The time will come when you see this, you cannot sort out. Because there are die-hard lecturers. You can't sort them out.
Sort them out. You just have to carry over the course.
You carry over the course. And I was like if you are, for example, you have 1 or 2 carryover, and you have moved to 300 level, and maybe you have carryover in year 1, year 2, and the 3 exam come the same day. What happens to you?
That's additional year automatically.
What happened to you?
Automatically extension.
Of course.
Automatic.
So, and by the time if you carry over a period of a call for I think 2 or 3 times, it's all over for you.
Yeah, that's the end.
And of course, when they check the load of your carryover in your 400 level, the schools are decide to terminate all these things.
Yeah.
There's no longer let my people go result anymore, which is pass. No. It's you are photo class or don't go to school at all. So there's no mercy. Except you want to become an writing. At the time you form users to the school will stop you from coming.
And there's no justification.
There's no past, present, or future justification for cohabitation.
Okay.
But right. As a guy, you can have your fellow guy roommates.
Okay. So what steps do you think the schools could take to curb this besides, like you said earlier, getting hostels, separating the guys from the ladies, and putting some other housing projects in place? What other advice would you give to both the schools and the government?
The Dean of Student Affairs, female. In some big school, they have Dean of Student Affairs, female. Those have a male. They have responsibility of continual orientation beyond the normal first year orientation, continual orientation of our students. Beyond the so-called church fellowship, there should be university orientation. That should come once in a month, maybe by years or by departments or by faculty. But there should be a continuous orientation by Dean of Student Affairs. It's their responsibility. They should do what they should do their work. Should do their work.
But are there policies in place by the government to ensure that every school has adequate accommodation for students, so they don't have the option of off campus?
I don't know how.
There are a lot of things that happen off campus.
I don't know where some school got this, but it's part of the academic, the master plan of every university.
Yeah.
That led to approval by NUC. So some of these things should not be lacked in the master plan. That's no, you have a university without accommodation and the NUC will allow it. So I wonder why NUC will allow some schools.
Not some. I think a lot of schools
not to build accommodation. It's not possible.
Every year you admit 5,000 to 7,000 students.
That's why hold on, sir. That's why NUC have quota of admission in every university.
Okay.
But sometimes that quota is not being monitored. They only concentrate in monitoring the quota of medicine and law.
Okay.
But the quota of other general things is not being monitored. And this is not supposed to be done with JAMB.
Okay.
So sometimes when they say university should have 5,000 students in the whole, You see them have 15,000 in a year.
Yes,
and they tell you it's part of making revenue for the school.
Yeah, they call it IGR. And
IGR.
Yes,
and at the end of you see the IGR that are still running to Abuja for 10 funds. So NUC have to wake up to ensure that during accreditation exercise, doing physical inspections, that they visit these hostels and ensure that this hostel is comfortable for cohabitation. Because we have had a school where a girl fell inside the circle with pit.
Yeah.
Because we're properly taken care of. So NUC, beyond bringing professors that will only come and be speaking big grammar, looking for the take home in the hotel, they should also bring young guys, vibrant young guys, who will go on environmental inspection of schools.
Yeah, inspections.
It's part of it. Because what they do in the accreditation is you come, they bring file, you open file, you go back to your hotel, they give the envelope. The accreditation, they now do the exit report. That's all. The exit report is okay. Then the VC will follow up, and everything follows up.
Everybody goes home happy.
So beyond that, beyond looking at the academic activity of the school, they should also look into physical inspection of the school, particularly as it gets to do with hostels and lecture halls.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So
because some of those professors, when they come, they have arthritis. They won't even remove the whole department. They'll just find one hall and they will say they'll bring all the fire and come and give them. So when the school, if you say that 5,000 and they will just say, "Oga, it's quota system," and the school is just 500, they'll say one hall. They will never go for an inspection because they can't climb the staircase.
They can't have 3 floors. No way.
It's okay. Your fiscal plan is that? Yes, it's okay. Let's go.
So they take the words of these guys,
but of course,
and move on.
Yeah, because in the university you also have departmental library. Some schools don't have departmental library. They're supposed to have.
Okay.
They don't have. They're supposed to have faculty library. It's not there. What they have is school library, where sometimes they go and borrow books and put until Coach Jena said you must find a way to put the school name there. Sometimes go and borrow computer. He said you engrave it. For those who are in geology, they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about now. We're the system. So they should bring vibrant young people to go on some of this inspection while the professors stay in the hall and do their course, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So cohabitation, back to it, is not proper.
All right. So we've heard Dr. Chidi Peters. He's really hammered on it from every angle, both from the angle of the government, the angle of the NUC, the angle of the institutions, the responsibilities of the parents, also starting from their upbringing up until the children come to school. We're all responsible, society at large, we're all responsible for curbing some of these excesses and possible mayhems that could occur as a result of living off the school premises or cohabiting. All right, a lot of things have happened as a result of cohabitation. One final word before we leave, Dr. Peters.
Just ensure you find a way to monitor your kids who are in the university to ensure they do the right thing. When they come back, please don't fail to ask questions.
Thank you very much. Please don't fail to ask questions. Be more involved in your children's lives, parents. Very, very important. Don't say they are adults, they're 21, 22, 23. When I was your age, I could do this, I could do that. You should be responsible for yourself. Please don't assume that they could actually be responsible for themselves. Be more interested. Please don't forget to like, share, and drop your comments. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.